you got to fix that thing. You got to fix that. Yeah, cut the iPhone all the way down.
I don't have an iPhone up.
Or the iPad. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you just have to slide those things. Yeah, slide them all the way down and then have the Mevo on the microphone.
I think you got to do constant.
The Mevo mic, the iPhone. I don't have enough kind of mic flow. You have Mevo mic downloaded on this iPad. It won't take a second.
Yeah, that's what you got to have is that Mevo
We might
mic.
close our screen. Just go ahead. The actual plan is search for it.
That's not flat.
Yeah. We gotta have the Mevo mic on here.
Stop the stream. I don't think it's going to fit that well.
You get it figured out, Tom?
Yeah, download the Mevo mic there. I've never been able to plug straight into that Mevo mic.
I got it. You gotta go through Mevo mic. Yeah. If you're recording to an SD card or something, it's not off.
Audio.
I'm not getting anything. It's not registered.
Go back to the
I added that device to the iPad as the mic. Got it?
Now we got it.
Audio, hello.
Now we got it.
Audio. Audio.
It's registered.
Audio, hello.
Now it's too loud.
Audio, okay.
We'll adjust it. There you go. All right.
Audio,
This
audio.
works on the iPhone, I guess. This dual mic.
Audio, hello. All right, pull it up on your phone, Tommy, and see if we got it.
Works on the iPhone. Why would it work on the iPad?
I don't know. Audio, hello. Audio. I don't have no camera. I don't have no view now. There we go. Audio, hello.
I got it.
Audio. Go back to that microphone thing, Tommy.
You got, you
There
got,
it is.
It's just
There it
for
is.
Like,
All right.
all right, I'm gonna turn
Yeah, go back to
mine
that microphone thing that was on there, that
off.
screen.
Go right there.
All right. Got it?
Yep. There we go.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into Bomber softball. Red Moscone and TC Callahan are with the Bombers, and we're in St. Louis,
Work
Missouri.
perfect on the phone. It won't work on this iPad.
We're in St. Louis, Missouri for the first fall tournament of the season. The Bombers 18U Gold will be taking on the Kansas City Peppers here this afternoon in St. Louis. And so 6:30 is the game time. We're running a little bit late, waiting on the umpires. But this will be the first action for the Bombers here in the fall. And what we have here with the Bombers is a mixture. It's a hybrid team of the Missouri Bombers 18 gold team, Roth, mixed with the 18 gold team, Knight. And so it's half and half here, about half the players from Missouri, half the players from down the Mississippi Bombers. And so this is the first action for the Bombers, as we said, for the fall. So game number one. And it's a new lineup, a new look for the Bombers. New players in the lineup. We will introduce you to some of the new players for the Bombers as we move along here. We'll go down the lineup card here and introduce you to some of the players that will be playing this evening for the Bombers. Starting off with number 23, McKinley Jones. She's back with the Bombers. McKinley, part of the Mississippi Bombers team. She's from Vardaman High School down in Vardaman, Mississippi. Kaylee Steverson's also here with the Bombers, 18 gold. She's not here this weekend. She's back in Madison, Mississippi. So Kaylee, a member of the 18 Mississippi Bombers. Lydia Feist is here, a pitcher outfielder from Fort Sumwalt West High School in Dardenne Prairie, Missouri. So she's a member of the Missouri Bombers. Number 9, Lydia Feist. Number 10, Jamie Johnson, an outfielder from the Missouri Bombers. She's committed to Greenville University. She's from Seckman High School in Imperial, Missouri. So Jamie Johnson, a member of the Missouri Bombers. Number 2, Allie Callahan, comes in from Hernando, Mississippi. She's a member of the Mississippi Bombers. Allie's committed to the University of Central Arkansas, and she's the catcher. And so Allie from Hernando, Mississippi. We have Brooke Laval, number 13, from Arnold, Missouri. She goes to Fox High School, uncommitted. Number 13, Brooke Laval. Carly Husling, number 28. She's a second baseman, shortstop, outfielder from Oakville Senior High School in St. Louis, Missouri. So a member of the Missouri Bombers now is Carly Hulsing. Number 41, Meg Vincent, a pitcher, first baseman from DeSoto Central High School in South Haven, Mississippi. Meg's been a member of the Mississippi Bombers team. Number 24, Ashlyn Jordan from Caledonia High School down in Caledonia, Mississippi. Ashlyn's a second baseman, shortstop, and member of the Mississippi Bombers. Number 12, Riley Eister, a shortstop, second baseman, center fielder, comes in from Hernando High School down in Hernando, Mississippi. Riley's committed to McNeese State University down in Louisiana. Number 18, Finley Curtis, a second baseman, outfielder from Bartlett High School down in Bartlett, Tennessee. So Finley's a member of the Mississippi Bombers. And number 16, Ava Osment, a pitcher, first baseman, third baseman from Dyer County High School in New Bern, Tennessee, comes in a member of the Mississippi Bombers, and she's committed to Murray State. So 12 girls on the lineup for this hybrid team. One girl not here, that's Kaylee Steverson. And so 11 girls in action this weekend here in St. Louis. And so everything's ready to go here on this first tournament of the fall. Just waiting on the umpires to show up here. Actually in Chesterfield, Missouri. Trying to get it says a showcase number 1, Chesterfield, Missouri. And so that's all we have on the name of this tournament up here. Yeah, showcase 1.
1, 2, and 3. I think.
All right. All right, as we wait on the umpires to show up, we'll run down the starting lineups for the Bombers. The Bombers Gold here versus the Kansas City Peppers. Leading off for the Bombers will be number 12, Riley Eister, the shortstop. Batting second, number 28, Carly Hulsing will be the extra hitter. Batting third will be number 23, McKinley Jones. Jones is going to be playing first base. Batting fourth will be number 16. That's going to be Ava Osment. Osment's going to be playing third. Batting fifth is going to be number 2, Allie Callahan. Callahan's going to be the starting catcher.
So y'all are good.
Yeah. Batting sixth will be number 13, Brooke Laval. She's going to be playing left field and batting sixth. Batting seventh, number 9, Lydia Feist. She's going to be playing right field. Batting eighth is going to be 24, Ashley Jordan. Jordan's going to be playing second base. Batting ninth is going to be number 41, Meg Vinson. Meg Vinson's going to be the starting pitcher for the Bombers. Batting 10th will be number 13, Jamie Johnson. Johnson's going to be playing center field. And batting 11th is going to be 18, Finley Curtis. Curtis is listed as the extra hitter, and so 11 girls in the lineup for the Bombers, and I'm sure they'll be swapping out every other inning. They won't. One girl may sit the bench one inning, then she'll play the next, and they'll swap them in and out in the field as we move along here. So all 11 girls will get plenty of action. The Bombers have 2 games tonight. This first game, which was scheduled to start at 6:30 against the Peppers, we're running a little bit late. The Bombers do have another game tonight, and I'm trying to pull that up right now, the schedule for later on tonight. It's going to be a scheduled 9:30 start tonight, the Bombers versus the Wasco Diamonds 18U team. And these will all be 18U teams here for the Bombers this weekend as we start this fall 18U season. So the 6:30 game here against the Peppers running late. The 9:30 game against the Wasco Diamonds scheduled to start at 9:30, and that's looking like maybe we'll be a little bit late on that one as well. It's a crisp, cool night here in St. Louis. About 58 degrees now as the sun's gone down, and so the 9:30 game tonight looking a little bit chilly for the Bombers. The action for the Bombers tomorrow will be 11 a.m. Be back in action against the Silverhawks at 11. At 3:30 tomorrow, the Bombers will play the Fusion Premier team, and at 8 p.m. tomorrow evening, the Bombers versus the Nationals 18U team. 3 games tomorrow on Saturday. And then Sunday morning looks like one game, 8 a.m., the Bombers versus the Indiana Magic. And so 6 games on the schedule here for the Bombers in St. Louis this weekend. So the girls will get familiar with each other pretty quickly here this weekend in St. Louis as the Bombers have 6 games on the schedule, a showcase tournament. So the times are set, the schedule's set, and there won't be much variation in that as we move along here this weekend. The Bombers, let's see, we have 4 tournaments scheduled for the Bombers hybrid team this fall. And so, as we said, we're in St. Louis, or a suburb of St. Louis here this weekend, Chesterfield, Missouri. Next weekend will be the Bombers Southeast Invite in Oxford, Mississippi, which is a big fall tournament all around the South. Teams from all over the country will be in Oxford, Mississippi next weekend for the Bombers Southeast Invite. That's October the 30th and the 31st next weekend in Oxford. November the 12th through the 14th in Fayetteville, Arkansas, the Bombers will be at the HFL Fall Championships up in Razorback territory up in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Then November the 20th and the 21st in Birmingham, Alabama, the Bombers will be at the Bolts 5-Star Fall Exposure down in Birmingham, and that'll be another big tournament in the fall here in the South that will draw some teams from all over the country down in Birmingham at the Bolts 5-Star. So kind of updated on what's been going on here, and as we get close to 7 p.m. and we're still waiting on the umpires. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Hours of ball left out here, and they've already shut down the 2 seconds. They packed it up. I ain't even seen a tournament official.
I got a jacket over there I'm fixing to get.
I think so. How about you guys?
Good. Yeah, we finally got it. Finally got the audio going.
There you go.
That's the hardest part of it. Get the audio going. Yeah.
So you got what do you call those cameras?
The Mevos.
Those
Yeah,
pretty nice.
they are. They're really nice. And then you run the so because you can see it. You can see it.
Nice.
And then you run the microphone through the iPad.
Nice.
And it's a pretty good little setup. Yeah, pretty good. All right, guys, looks like we finally got some umpires. Looks like we're ready to go now. So what we've been waiting on for the last couple of weeks to get back in action, looks like we're pretty close here as the Peppers are going to take the field. So they'll be the home team. The Bombers will bat. Here to lead off the game in the top of the first, Eister, Helsing, and Jones, the first three batters due up for the Bombers. Looks like number 29 is going to be the starting pitcher for the Peppers. 29 is Jada Gillian. She's a class of 2024, so she's a young kid. That would put her in about the 10th grade. So Jada Gillian from Bishop Mage High School in Kansas City, Missouri. So puts her in about the 10th grade. So she'll have her hands full here with the Bombers. This will be a good hitting lineup for this Bombers team. Eister's going to step in. Eister, a speedster out of Hernando High School, plays shortstop, center field for the Bombers, committed to McNeese State University down in Lake Charles, Louisiana. So Gillian will have her hands full with Eister here to lead off the game. So Gillian now with the first pitch to Eister is going to be low in the dirt for ball one. Oh, I'm good right now. I'll get it in a minute. Thank you. And so Eister, 1 ball and no strikes now. Leadoff hitter here for the Bombers. As we said, Helsing comes out on deck. Carly Helsing on deck for the Bombers. Next pitch from Gillian is low to Eister. So Eister here, 3 balls and no strikes to lead off the ball game. So a nice walk Eister on 4 straight pitches would be good and get a base runner here for the Bombers. And that's going to be up out of the zone from Gillian. And Eister draws a walk on 4 straight pitches. And so Eister with a leadoff walk gives the Bombers a base runner, and that's a good base runner to have with Eister in her speed over there at first. And so let's see if Helsing takes a pitch or two and tries to get Eister down to second base on a stolen base. So Gillian now with the pitch. There goes Eister. Eister's going to go to second on a pass ball. And so Eister's going to cruise into second base, and a walk and a stolen base on a pass ball by Gillian, the pitcher, or a wild pitch by Gillian. And now Helsing, 1 ball and no strikes, has a chance to get an RBI out there. She's going to show a bunt. It's going to be foul. So 1 ball and 1 strike now to Carly Helsing. Helsing comes in from the Missouri Bombers team. And so, as we said, this is a hybrid team of the Mississippi Bombers and the Missouri Bombers. Coach Tony Knight from the Mississippi Bombers over there at third. There's a big base hit now from Helsing. That's down the line. That's going to score Eister. Helsing's going to round the bag and go to second, give her a double. Give Helsing a double and an RBI, and just like that, the Bombers lead 1-0. A hard hit ball by Helsing right down the third base line. The third baseman didn't have a chance to get a glove on that when Helsing hit it so hard. And so Helsing, a double here to knock in Eister, and she's got the first hit of the fall and the first RBI. Mark that down for Carly Helsing. There's a deep fly ball by McKinley Jones. That's going to be foul. Jones been waiting all fall for the first pitch, and so she takes the first pitch and knocks it over the fence, but a little bit foul for McKinley. And so Jones picking up where she left off in the summer. She was the home run leader for the Bombers in the summertime, was McKinley Jones. And so Jones trying to pick right up where she left off. Osment's going to come out on deck. So Gillian now one strike to Jones, comes in with a little changeup. Jones now 1 ball and 1 strike. Jones, the first baseman, she's a senior down at Vardaman High School, has committed to McNeese State University down in Lake Charles as well. So Jones and Eister will move on next summer, next fall, and be playing at McNeese together. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to McKinley Jones. Swing and fouled back out of play. So Jones stays alive. That was a pretty good pitch by Helsing on the outside part of the plate. And so, by Gillian out there on the outside part of the plate. Helsing's out there at second base, the runner for the Bombers. A 1-2 pitch to Jones now. It's going to be fouled out in front of the plate. And Jones stays alive, and Gillian has Jones 1 ball and 2 strikes. No outs here in the top of the first inning. 1-0 Bombers. The pitch now to Jones is going to be a change up down low. That was a nice pitch by Gillian. Jones laid off of it. It was just a little bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to McKinley Jones. Swing and fouled back out of play. So a good at bat here for Jones. Jones has fouled off 3 or 4 pitches here with 2 strikes. And McKinley's doing a good job here in her first at bat in the fall. Number 16, Osment, comes out on deck. A 2-2 pitch to Jones is going to miss up high. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to McKinley. So McKinley can sit back now and look for a good pitch here at 3-2. Jones will try to jump on a pitch here. If Gillian misses a spot here, it could be trouble for these Peppers real quick. There's a ball that's going to be lined at the shortstop. It's going to be caught, and Helsing's going to be doubled off at second. And a hard hit ball by McKinley Jones. A good play by the shortstop. Helsing kind of caught in no man's land out there. Can't blame Helsing on that. That ball was hit hard. Looked like it was back up the middle. The shortstop made a play on it. Just took about 3 steps over and touched second and doubled off Helsing. So Osment's going to come in now and bat with 2 outs. So 2 outs in the inning. Osment takes a big cut. It's going to be foul. Osment committed to Murray State University. Osment come off of a good summer with the Bombers. She played with the 16U Gold team in the summer. Hit about, had about 8 home runs for Osment in the summer. And so Osment, a big hitter out of Dyer County High School. There's a big hit right back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Osment. So Osment gets started well here in her first action of the fall. So 2 hits in the inning for the Bombers. Helsing had a double, and now Osment follows with a single. And here comes Callahan.
2 outs, Rick.
2 outs in the inning, and the Bombers lead 1-0. Osment at first and Callahan at the plate. Callahan is starting catcher tonight for the Bombers out of Hernando, Mississippi. Committed to Central Arkansas over in Conway, Arkansas. Callahan's another kid that can hit a home run. Had about 5 home runs in the summer and got hit with that one. So Callahan takes that one off the shoulder. And so she didn't get to see very many pitches up there. And Callahan's going to be at first, and Osment's going to be at second. And Lovall is going to be the batter. Brooke Lovall, number 13. She's the left fielder for the Bombers. Lovall, part of the Missouri Bombers organization. Little left-handed hitter here for the Bombers. First pitch from Gillian misses up high, 1 ball and no strikes. I don't see all that other stuff he was talking about. The strikes and the...
That shows on the broadcasting.
A little swing by Lovall here. It's going to be picked up by Gillian. Gillian's going to make a good play and throw Lovall out at first base, and that's going to end the inning. Callahan and Osment will be stranded on the bases. 3 outs for the Bombers. That's 1-3 on the put out for Lovall. But the Bombers do score 1 run in the top of the first inning. An RBI double by Helsing scored Eister. The Bombers lead 1-0, and we'll move to the bottom of the first inning. Do you see it on there? The stats and all that? Number 16, Gary, Garrie. You see it? The stats and all that? That's pretty neat. Okay. All right, I got you. What's it say? Okay.
I can't see it red because I'm not wearing glasses, but it's real little down in the screen there.
Let me see what it says.
I can't read that.
Okay. Now batting Kaylee Steverson. Yeah, that's off though.
It hasn't caught up with the broadcast here.
Yeah. All right, so guys, we move to the bottom of the first now. The Bombers lead 1-0. Meg Vinson's going to come out, be the starting pitcher for the Bombers. Vinson, a senior from DeSoto Central High School in South Haven, Mississippi. So Vinson gets her first action of the fall, gets the call here in the first game, and we'll see what Vinson can do here in the first inning. Number 2, Callahan's behind the plate. She'll be the catcher. Osmond over there at third. Eister's at shortstop. Jordan's at second. McKinley Jones at first. First pitch from Vinson's going to miss up high, ball 1. Lovall is going to be in left field. Johnson's in center field. And Feist is in right field for the Bombers. That's the starting defense for the Bombers. The leadoff hitter here for the Peppers is going to be Gary, number 16, the shortstop. That's going to be a check swing by Gary, but it's going to cost her a strike. It's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Coach Tony Knight over there barking signals to the fielders, lining up the defense. You got Tony Knight, Coach Jamie Vincent. Coach Bill Roth is over there in the dugout. And Coach Lovall is also in the dugout for the Bombers. So the 4 coaches for the Bombers here this weekend. So it's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gary. The leadoff hitter here for the Peppers, Jacobson, comes out on decks, and then Gillian will follow her. Pitch from Vincent misses low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Gary. Vincent now here with the 2-2 pitch to Gary. Swing and a foul tipped it. So Gary stays alive here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 2-2 pitch from Vincent. Vincent wants it outside. It was way outside. It's going to be 3 balls and 2 strikes now. So Vincent will have to come at Gary here. You don't want any leadoff walks to start the ball game. Pitch right down the middle. Vincent's going to strike her out. Gary, I'm not sure what she was looking at there, but that was a nice pitch by Vincent. Vincent just came in with a fastball. Said it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. I don't want to walk the leadoff batter, so I'm going to give you a fastball. I'm going to see what you can do with it. And Gary watched it go right by. So Vincent's got her first strikeout of the fall, and Vincent's a strikeout pitcher. And so good to see Vincent get going here early for the Bombers. It's going to bring in number 10, Jacobson. That pitch is going to be inside. Jacobson's the starting second baseman for this Peppers team. Pitch from Vincent on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Same pitch from Vincent, just a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-1 to Jacobson. Little curveball from Vincent's going to be fouled out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That or that?
Go back to the other one. Yeah, that one, I think.
Yeah.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Jacobson. The Bombers have a shift on. Eister, the shortstop's moved over to the right side of second base. So 3 fielders on the right side for Jacobson here. She's going to pop it up out of play. Vincent came in with a rise ball. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Jacobson. Number 29, the pitcher for the Peppers, Gillian's on deck. Vincent's going to miss with a pitch low and inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So this is where Vincent now, let's see if she just comes back with that fastball and challenges her. That's look like a drop ball from Vincent. She's going to walk her. So Vincent was ahead in the count, comes back and walks Jacobson. And so a base on balls for Jacobson, and the Peppers have their first base runner. It's going to bring in number 29, Gillian. So pitcher versus pitcher here between Vincent and Gillian. Callahan behind the plate with a really good arm, so we'll see if Jacobson wants to try that. That's a hard hit ball into right field. That's a base hit. Jacobson's going to stop at second. So Gillian's going to be held to a single. Feist came up, got the throw in to second base quickly, so the runners didn't have a chance to advance. So now runners at first and second for the Peppers. Yeah. So runners at first and second here for the Peppers. Bottom of the first inning, the Bombers lead 1-0. Vincent trying to get through the bottom of the first for the Bombers. This is going to bring in Grissom. First pitch to Grissom is going to be a curveball up high from Vincent, and Grissom offered at it. This is the first baseman, number 5, Ashlyn Grissom. So no balls and 1 strike on the Peppers' first baseman. 1 out in the inning. Pitch from Vincent. That's a nice pitch. Looks like she laid off of it. That was a good pitch by Vincent. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Grissom. And Vincent needs a strikeout right here. Swing, a little curveball fouled out of play.
All right, all right.
So Vincent now has Grissom 1 ball and 2 strikes. See what Vincent will throw here with 2 strikes. Maybe a rise ball in the eyes. Try to strike Grissom out. There's a little changeup from Grissom. It's over to Osmond. Osmond's going to go to first. The runner's going to be out at first base. So 5-3 on the putout. It's going to be the second out of the inning. The runners will advance, and so now Jacobson's at third and Gillian's at second with 2 outs. Manwaring is the batter. Manwaring. Bree Manwaring, the left fielder. So she bats with 2 outs, runners at second and third. Pitch from Vincent, swing and a miss, strike 1.
It's showing the speed on the broadcast.
Good. A 61-mile-an-hour pitch from Vincent. Now here comes another one, a little bit low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Manwaring. So Bombers trying to get out of the first inning here with a 1-0 lead. A 1-1 pitch now from Vincent to Manwaring. Going to be called a strike. A little screwball from Vincent on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. And the Bombers and Vincent's 1 strike away from getting out of the bottom of the first inning. Pitch from Vincent. There's that rise ball. Manwaring laid off of it. It was a good pitch by Vincent, right around the letters on Manwaring's jersey. And Manwaring laid off of that. Vincent was wanting to try to punch her out on that one. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to number 15, Bree Manwaring. The pitch from Vincent. There's a little curveball. Struck her out, and that ends the inning. Vincent with 2 strikeouts in the inning. The Peppers strand 2 runners. We'll move to the top of the second, and the Bombers lead 1-0. Yep, I like that. So getting ready to start at the top of the second. Bombers lead 1-0. This is going to be number 9. It's going to be Lydia Feist, the leadoff hitter for the Bombers. Feist playing right field tonight here in the first game. So this is our first look at Feist. There's a swing and a hard hit ball to the third baseman. She's going to bobble it. Feist is going to be on at first with an error, so give the third baseman an error. Feist hit it hard, but a 1-hopper right to the third baseman. She bobbled it. Feist is going to be on at first. Give a E5.
Come on, AJ.
This is going to be number 24, Jordan, Ashlyn Jordan. Jordan back with the Bombers, took off the summer and played last fall with the Bombers, and now she's back here playing the fall with the Bombers after a summer off. Jordan committed to Jones College down in Ellisville, Mississippi.
Come on, AJ.
So AJ, good to see her back playing with the Bombers again. Feist is on at first. This is going to be a ball driven into the right center field gap. The right fielder comes over and makes the play. The right fielder, Lyford. Lyford went a long ways to make that play, and Jordan flies out. Jordan flies out to the right fielder. That's the first out here in the top of the second.
Come on, Meg.
It's going to bring in 41, Meg Vinson. First pitch to Vinson's going to be up high. Ball 1.
Come on, Meg.
So Feist is on it first, and Vinson's at the plate. The pitch to Vinson's going to miss on the inside part of the plate. So 2 balls and no strikes now to Vinson, and Vinson can unload here if she gets a good pitch. Swing and down low. No swing, down low. 3 balls and no strikes. So Gillian behind in the count to Vinson, 3 balls and no strikes. Right down the middle. And that would have been a great pitch for Vinson to unload on, take advantage of a 3-0 pitch. And Vinson was on a take the whole time from Coach Knight. Knight's over there at third, Bill Roth coaching first base for the Bombers. A 3-1 pitch to Vinson, swinging a hard hit ball. It's going to get by the second baseman. Feist is going to go to third, and Vinson's on at first base with a single. Give Vincent a single, a hard hit ball just to the right of the second baseman. Second baseman never got a glove on it, so Vincent give her a single. Jordan now is going to come in and run for Vincent. Vincent's the pitcher. And so AJ is going to come back in. AJ is the last out. And so Jordan's going to come back in and run for Vincent. And Feist is at third base, so the Bombers here trying to threaten here in the top of the second inning. So it's going to bring in number 13. This is going to be Jamie Johnson. Swinging a hard hit ball to the second baseman. Going to tag Jordan. They tagged Jordan. And they threw Johnson out at first, and so that's a double play. That ends the inning. And with the Bombers, you thought they were going to get a run across the board there. The second baseman made a good play, tagged the runner. Yeah, the run doesn't count. Jordan was tagged at second, the runner thrown out at first. And so what started out to be a big inning for the Bombers kind of went kaput real quick.
They took the gas out of the car.
Yeah, they took it right out. And so that ends the inning. But we'll go to the bottom of the second.
Yeah.
The Bombers lead 1-0.
They won't let you. You don't look good. I don't care about how it looks. We got to go buy a new helmet because we don't look good? What helmet she been wearing in Bomber Ball?
I don't know.
Tanner, we bought a helmet last year. Where's it at? A plain helmet. She said we gotta go buy a helmet because the Tiger helmet don't look good.
Her rubber helmet broke.
Oh, that's what happened to us.
Yeah.
It broke.
Yeah, she's had the Tiger helmet.
Okay. My truck don't drive to Academy in St. Louis. It won't go there. I've got it set in the GPS not to go there.
Leave that baby alone.
So we get ready to start the bottom of the second. Vincent's back out for her second inning. The Bombers lead 1-0. This is number 35, Addie Lyford, the right fielder, who made a good play on the ball in the top of the second on Jordan's ball that was hit out there. Lyford made a good play, and so now she leads off the inning here for the Peppers. Bottom of the second inning. The pitch from Vincent's going to miss up high. 2 balls and no strikes.
Come on, Max, settle in.
So Lyford, Joyce, and Richards, the 3 batters due up for the Peppers. 2 balls and no strikes. Vincent misses again. It's going to be 3-0. Ball was up just a little bit. Vincent with a 3-0 pitch right down the middle. And so 3 balls and 1 strike. Vincent's got to get back in the count here. And this is where you want to just challenge Lyford. Throw a fastball. Throw a 60-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. There it is. You come back with 3 straight fastballs. Lyford, a little light-hitting little left-handed batter here. It looks like likes to slap and likes to punch it a little bit. And so just challenge her here with 3 straight fastballs right down the middle. The 3-2 pitch. Could have been a strike called on the outside part of the plate. Vincent just misses. It's going to be a base on ball. Yeah. So a leadoff walk to Lyford. And this is be Joyce, and Joyce tries to bunt, tries to sacrifice.
Watch it.
And so Callahan back behind the plate is going to have to pay attention now to see if Joyce tries to bunt again. And Callahan's a good fielding catcher back there. Vincent a good fielding pitcher. And so Joyce is just going to look to sacrifice again. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. Osment was there. So Vincent's going to be ahead now. No balls and 2 strikes to Joyce. And this is where you want to now, if Joyce tries to bunt again with 2 strikes, that's fine. You let her. But now you just try to strike her out. Joyce, the number 7 hitter in the lineup. So after a leadoff walk, you want to come back and get Joyce out for sure. Vincent now 0-2. Let's see if she'll get outside. Callahan's kind of setting up outside. There's a rise ball. And that's just what the Peppers wanted. It was a rise ball that went over Callahan's head, and so there's the sacrifice. And so you were trying to keep Joyce from sacrificing the runner to second, and you have a wild pitch, and the runner gets to second anyway. And so Vincent now needs a strikeout to Joyce. No 2 pitch is fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Joyce. Joyce is the 3rd baseman for the Peppers. One ball and 2 strikes. Swing and fouled, out of play again. And so this is Vincent's first action of the fall, and so she's had since the middle of July off, and so it'll take her a little bit to get going, get her pitches moving, get the feel of the ball again in live action. It's one thing to pitch in tunnels and on turf and everything else. There's a good play. Oh, knocked down by Osment. Here comes no play at the plate. Osment, I thought, came up with the ball, and it just got out of her glove, so give Joyce a base hit. Number 35, Lyford's going to score, and so it's going to be 1-1 now here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That was a base hit. Yeah, it's a base hit. Osment tried to make a dive and catch to it. Just popped out of her glove as she hit the ground. And so you give Joyce a base hit and an RBI. And so Vincent was ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes and couldn't get Joyce out. That leadoff walk comes back to haunt Vincent and the Bombers. This is going to be Richards, the center fielder, and she's trying to sacrifice. With Joyce at first base, Richards was trying to sacrifice on the first pitch. So no balls and 1 strike now to Richards. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 2nd. 0-1 from Vincent's going to be bunted. Vincent's going to miss it, and that's going to be a base hit. A hard bunt by Richards. And it looked like Vincent was there. Vincent normally a good fielding pitcher. No, she took her eye off of it just at the last second or just didn't get there in time. Gets past Vincent. Now runners at first and second with Hobbig at the plate. She's going to bunt right back to Vincent. Vincent's going to bobble this one. And so Vincent, normally sure-handed, has bobbled the last couple of bunts, and now bases are going to be loaded for the Peppers. You have to give Vincent an error on that second one. The first one, not necessarily an error, but the second one definitely an error. I think Vincent was trying to think about going to third base before she came up with the pitch, came up with the bunt. And so now a whole lot of trouble for the Bombers as the bases are going to be loaded and nobody out. This is the number 10 hitter, Fisher. And so Coach Knight's going to go out and talk to Vincent, talk to the infield, and this is the players on the infield right now are familiar with Coach Knight and his system, and so he's talked it out. Bases are loaded. This is going to be the number 10 hitter, Lily Fisher, at the plate, so Vincent needs a strikeout. Bases loaded, nobody out. A 1-1 ball game. Vincent comes back with a little screwball on the inside part of the plate. And so you need an out here with the number 10 hitter at the plate, with the leadoff hitter on deck. Pitch from Vincent right down the middle, a little curveball, no balls and 2 strikes. And so Vincent comes back now with the bases loaded, looking for a strikeout to the number 10 hitter. 0-2 pitch from Vincent. It's going to be bunted. That's going to be in trouble. Jones got it. She's going to go to first, make the play. And so Fisher bunts with 2 strikes. Gets a bunt down. Give her an RBI on a sac bunt by Fisher. And it's going to be 2-1 now. The Peppers are going to lead.
13 is going in left field for.
So Feist is going to go in for Lovell.
Lovell.
No, excuse me. Feist is in. Man, I got to get these new players. Little ground ball to Eister. Eister is going to go to first. Back to third now, and it's going to be 2 outs. So another run for the Peppers. It's going to be 3-1. And that was a bunt by Gary, the leadoff hitter. A sac bunt. Give her an RBI. And it's 3-0 to Peppers. 3-1, excuse me. Vincent now comes back in with a curveball to Jacobson. Jacobson had a base on balls her first time up. Runners now at third base for the Peppers, and Vincent's trying to get out of the inning here.
Yes, sir. One more.
No balls and 2 strikes on Jacobson. And so the Peppers turned to small ball here in the bottom of the second inning. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4 bunts in a row. Put 3 runs on the board. A little curveball from Vincent.
Nice block, too.
He's going to miss 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a good stop by Callahan there with a runner at third base. You got to keep everything in front of you here. Don't want to give up a cheap run here with 2 outs. Vincent with a pitch. That's a line drive. Eister bobbles it. That's going to be in. So the defense not coming through here for the Bombers. A couple of errors in the inning. That ball, a hard hit line drive right at Eister, and it came off the tip of her glove. So a couple little plays here in the inning. Could have got the Bombers out of this inning a long time ago, but a couple of balls just right off the tip of the gloves, and It hadn't worked out for the Bombers so far here in the second. Called strike now to Gillian. Yeah, she should have called it. So E6 on Eister. Let another run comes in, and that's going to be 4-1, the Peppers lead. Swing and a miss by Gillian, and Vincent's going to be ahead here, no balls and 2 strikes. So let's see if you can put them away here with 0-2.
One more here.
Vincent now misses, low and inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Vincent just needs an out here to end this bottom of the second inning. Little changeup, going to be knuckleballed right out to McKinley Jones, and McKinley Jones makes the play. So a knuckleball, a little changeup by Vincent. A line out to Jones, and that's going to end the inning. But really a ball that was never hit out of the infield. And the Peppers put 4 runs on the board, so they lead 4-1 as we move to the top of the third. Line out 2-3. All right, we got to do some coming back here. I'm going to turn it over to TC and let him handle it for a little bit.
Rusty Red, let's see what we can get going here.
Knock the rust off.
Knock a little rust off the mic here. What inning are we in?
Top of the third inning.
Top of the third inning. Bombers need to get something going here. We're down. It's a 3-1 ball game.
4-1,
4-1. I like 3-1. Sounds better. Bombers down 4-1. Riley Eister from Hernando, Mississippi, coming up to the plate. Desperately needing to get something going. Due up behind Eister is, I'm sorry, 13 to the plate. Eister on deck. 13 is going to be Curtis with the Missouri Bombers.
Kinley Curtis. No, she's from Bartlett, Tennessee.
Curtis need to get something going here for the Bombers. We're down by 3 runs. First pitch going to miss up high. It's going to be ball 1 to Curtis from this Kansas City Peppers pitcher.
Yeah, this is Finley Curtis from Bartlett, Tennessee.
All right. Second pitch going to miss up high. Curtis now looking at 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's going to be down low. Curtis going to put a swing on it and miss. Count now 2-1. Eister on deck. The 2-1 pitch to Curtis. It's going to stay up high. Gets away from the catcher. Curtis now looking at the 3-1 count. It is cold out here quickly. The 3-1 pitch. It's going to be swing and a miss by Curtis. Count now 3-2.
Okay.
You need it?
No. I was just looking for it. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Everybody ducking. I don't see a ball coming down. All right, we're good. We're safe. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Peppers calling timeout. It's 3-2. 3-2. I think Peppers thought that they already had Curtis struck out. It's 3-2.
3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2.
I believe we're all in agreement here that the count is now 3-2, like it was. And Curtis puts a swing and a miss, and that's going to be out number 1 for the Bombers. Up steps Riley Eister, brings out number 28 on deck. First pitch to Eister. It's going to miss down low, ball 1. Eister, a lot of speed. Most likely going to lay down the bunt and run it out to first base. Comes 1-0 pitch, lays down the bunt, goes foul. Count now 1-1. One pitch. Eister puts a hack on it. Out into left field, and Eister's going to get started with a single here. Bombers have 1 out. Brings up number 28 to the plate for the Bombers with Helsing with McKinley Jones. Number 23 is going to be your on deck batter.
Helsing had a double her first time up.
Double her first at bat here tonight in Chesterfield, Missouri, at this Showcase 1 tournament. Eister on first, looking to take second. First pitch going to be low in the dirt, wild pitch, bounces back out to the pitcher. Eister's going to be safe on second. Bombers now with a runner in scoring position, easily with Eister's speed. Good base hit. Eister can be around the home before the blink of an eye. Here we go. Good hard hit, pulled foul. 2-8 with a double her first at bat. Comes the pitch. Slow change up. Helsing puts a swing and a miss on it. Count now 1-2. One-two pitch from Peppers. Misses up high in the zone. Count now 2-2. Coach Tony Knight on third. Missouri Bombers coach on first base. The 2-2 pitch. That's going to go deep, 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 and that is a 2-run home run for the Bombers. Carly Helsing getting it done here early in this fall tournament in Chesterfield, Missouri, with the big 2-run bomb over left center field. That ball was gone.
That was our first no-doubter.
First no-doubter, Red. And your Bombers are now in a 4-3 ball game.
Yeah, give Helsing all 3 RBIs.
All 3 runs, credit of your number 28. Going to bring up Big Show Jones to the plate with no runners on.
Yeah, Helsing absolutely crushed that one.
First pitch to Jones, misses high inside, ball 1. Osment on deck. Jones offers at that high pitch. Count now 1-1. Wasn't the one you want to see Jones hit. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There it was. She fouls it off. Count now 1-2. To Big Show Mac Jones from Sweet Potato Capital, Vardaman, Mississippi. That ball's hit hard back out in right field, and it's going to stay in play, and that'll be caught by the right fielder out there for out number 2 for the Bombers. On deck batter is going to be Callahan with Ava Osmond at the plate. Osmond, her first at bat here tonight. What was her stats, Red?
Osmond had a single her first time up.
Osmond single, takes that first pitch down the middle, strike one. She's gonna wait on the one that she wants to hit. Osmond now with an 0-1 count. That ball's hit hard, pull foul. Count now 1-1. Osmond from Tennessee, going to Murray State, just across the line in Kentucky. Here comes the pitch from Peppers. Slow changeup, 50 miles an hour, back to the pitcher, over to first base, out number 3. It's a 4-3 ball game, compliments of number 28, Helson. Bombers are right back in the ball game here. Lovell coming in behind the plate for the Bombers. And number 9 taking the circle. Looks like every rest of your Bombers, there's been some changes in the outfield. Infield still remains the same.
Osmond hit that ball to the pitcher.
Ground ball back to the pitcher.
It's got a temperature tag on it. See it?
Where's it set at?
It changes. Watch it.
Oh, yeah. And that's going to be out at first base. First pitch swinging over to third baseman, over to first for out number 1.
Feist is the new pitcher.
Feist, number 9, the new pitcher in the circle for the Bombers.
28. How long is it?
Show bunt, pulls it back, leaves it, stays down low. It's going to be ball 1.
Yeah, that's Helson. Curtis is in center.
Shows the bunt, pulls it back, strike 1 to the, from number 9 here. Beautiful pitch. Peppers is going to show bunt, laid off of it. It cost her a strike. Fouled out of play. 2 strikes now. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be a strikeout for Feist. Bombers with 1 out. Now on the Peppers, it's a 4-3 ball game. Bombers trailing by 1. These pitches coming in from Feist at 42-mile-an-hour changeup. Beautiful pitch, strike 1. You like that program, Red? Wonder who's entering it. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Stays outside, misses low, ball 1. Stays down low.
She's gonna watch him, and I'll watch. Because I'm still on the ribs.
Wow.
See it?
Yeah.
See it shining.
That's going to be pulled foul out of play. Misses high. Count now 3-2. 35 Peppers here looking at the full count. 3-2 pitch from Feist. She's going to foul it off, staying alive. Fouls it off again. Count still 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from 9. She's gonna foul it back into the fence. Feist. Getting the job done in the circle here tonight for the Bombers. Strikes are out. Nice job, Bombers. Callahan should be up to bat, getting something done here in the top of the 5th.
She struck all 3 of them out there.
Yep, 1, 2, 3.
3 strikeouts.
Sometimes you need that. Some of them didn't read.
Didn't rest.
We in the top of the 5th inning, Red. Top of the 4th. 4-3 ball game. Callahan coming up to the plate. She was hit by a pitch, her first at bat here in Missouri tonight. This cold, chilly night, first fall tournament for the Bombers in action. Some new teammates. Callahan, Lovell. Is it Lovell or Lavelle? We'll say Lovell.
Well, they pronounce it Lovell.
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 L-O-V-E-A-L-L. He said Lovell.
Or Lovell.
Yeah, I asked you.
All right, here,
Before the game.
here comes the first pitch to Callahan. Get something going here, even up the ball game. That's going to be hit hard It's going to land. Trouble. No, it's not trouble. Not trouble for the Peppers, but trouble for the Bombers as it lands in the glove of the left fielder. Callahan's going to fly out to the 7-hole. Swinging at the first pitch. It's going to bring up Lovell. Reaches down, hits the first pitch out into center field. She's going to be on first with a single. Brings up number 9, Feist. Bombers now with a runner on first with 1 out. First pitch to Lovell, misses low inside, ball 1. I'm sorry, first pitch to Feist. Feist, the pitcher, last inning in the circle for the Bombers. 1-0 count. Hard hit ball on the ground to shortstop. They're going to try to double play. They're not going to be in time over to first. Lovell will be out at second. It's going to be 2 outs for the Bombers, bringing up AJ to the plate. Still got a runner on first. As Feist is on first with the fielder's choice. First pitch going to get away from the catcher, miss up high. Feist is going to cruise over to second base. On deck batter, Meg Vinson. The other pitcher here tonight for the Bombers. Her single, her first at bat. AJ, big hitter. That pitch misses down low in the dirt. She's now looking at 2 balls and no strikes. Little check swing, holds up on it. I believe the count's now 30. 3-0. Umpires in agreement with me here tonight for the first time. .30 count pitch. Comes in, catches the corner, first strike. That's going to be over the head of the shortstop. And that's going to give AJ an RBI. That's going to score Feist. And AJ's going to be safe on first with a single, bringing up Meg Vinson, and that ties the ball game up 4-4. Heavy hitter pitcher Meg Vinson at the plate. Number 10, Jamie Johnson on deck.
4-4 ball game.
4-4 on field 4. Vinson putting a hack swing on it, just missing, strike 1.
On it.
Somebody yelling from the stands for her to keep her head on it. Let's see if she listens. That's going to be golfed out into center field. It's going to be down. It's going to get past center fielder. AJ's going to round third. Coach Tony Knight's going to hold her up at third base. Vincent standing on second. Brings up Jamie Johnson to the plate. Your Bombers 4-4 ball game with runners at second and third. Johnson just golfs that ball out in, Vincent golfs that ball out into center field, gets over to center field's head, goes to the fence, allows AJ time to go from first to third. Vincent cruises over to second. I think a single and then an advance on the error.
I thought the center fielder should stop it.
10 at the plate. See if we can get it done here. Put some more runs on the board and get ahead in the ball game. Pitch misses down low. I think Vincent's been practicing with her dad with the with the 4-iron. Timeout by the Peppers.
I think they got the wrong jersey numbers on the thing. They got the wrong. They got the wrong number listed. Right player, wrong number. It's the right player, wrong number. Well, what I'm saying is it's Johnson. Johnson's the batter. Look on the back of the jersey.
He just has numbers. They just gave him numbers.
I have Johnson in the lineup, but I have her with number 13. But right batter, wrong number.
I had 10 as 10. Actually, 13 as 18. On the lineup, she shows
Yeah.
I'm looking at the lineup. I don't have
She shows Lopez as 18.
13.
I got it fixed.
Well, we're playing 18U showcase. It doesn't matter who's up the bat, really. Let's just play ball. Here comes the first pitch. Bombers with runners at second and third. Going to come inside, strike. How many outs do we have, Red? 2?
2 outs.
Setting on 2 outs. Tied ball game 4-4. Top of the 4th inning. Bombers have another game tonight. It's going to be a late night for the Bombers. That pitch misses high inside. Count now 1-1 to Johnson. Jamie Johnson, not to be confused with the country singer Jamie Johnson. And this Pepper team is still worrying about who's at bat and what order, whatever.
It's not a big deal.
Right batter, they got the wrong number in the lineup. That's what it is for you viewers out there tonight.
The next one's wrong too. Curtis is on deck. He's number 13, but they put number 18 on the card. I don't know where
Right.
they got them numbers.
We got the right batters. We got the
Right
wrong
batters,
number.
Wrong numbers. It's the first tournament with the new kids. And
Yeah.
got some, you know.
Let's go. Let's play softball.
Game was already late getting started. We didn't have umpires. Red, I'm gonna go fix my camera down here. So I'm gonna fix my camera. I got some.
It's the right people, wrong numbers. All right, we finally get it straight. It's no big deal. We got some new players with new uniforms and all that kind of stuff, and some of the numbers are wrong. Got the right players, wrong numbers. And so Johnson's the batter with runners at second and third, and there's a base hit. It's going to be nice play by the second baseman. A nice job by the second baseman. He got by the first baseman. The second baseman came in, made a nice play, and that's going to end the inning. Johnson is going to be ground out to 4-3 on the put out. That's going to end the inning, but the Bombers do get one. They tie the ball game 4-4. A single by Jordan knocks in Feist for the run, and the Bombers tied it up. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning, a 4-4 ball game. And so everybody out there watching, if you stick around, starting at probably run a little bit late, we'll see. The Bombers are scheduled to play at 9:30 here in Chesterfield, Missouri, once this game's over with. And what time is it getting to be, Tommy?
It is.
We were a little bit late, about 30 minutes late getting started.
8:14.
It's 8:14 now, so we're scheduled to play at 9:30 here later on against this Wasco Diamonds team. The Bombers trying to come back and win this ball game here
According
against
to the
this Peppers
lineup.
team. A 4-4 ball game in the bottom of the fourth inning, and Feist is going to be the pitcher now. Feist back in for her second inning of work. First pitch misses down low, ball one.
56 miles an hour.
56 miles an hour on the pitch from Feist. An 0-1 pitch to Eister. Eister's going to come up and throw her out. That's going to be an error on Eister. Eister's going to chunk it over the head of McKinley Jones at first.
Let's go, Rob!
And so give Eister an error at shortstop. That was Joyce, the leadoff hitter for the Peppers, and she's going to reach on an error. And Feist now is going to have to go to work here with Richards at the plate, and this is where the Peppers, the first round of the lineup, started bunting. And so Richards had a bunt single her first time up. And here she is trying to bunt again with Joyce at first base. The pitch from Richards going to be popped up. Feist is going to make a dive and catch, and Richards is out.
Way to go, Feist!
A nice play by Feist. Lydia Feist, the pitcher. That was a nice play by Feist to stop the sacrifice bunt attempt. It's going to be one out, and it's going to bring in Spencer Hobbig. This is the catcher for the Peppers. She bunted last time as well. Reached on an error on that bunt. Later on scored a run in the four-run inning for the Peppers in the bottom of the second.
Nice pitch.
And so now Feist trying to get Hobbig out. Got 2 strikes on her.
Way ahead now.
Joyce is over there at first base. Hobbig's the batter, and number 13 Fisher's on deck. Nice pitch by Lydia out there on the outside part of the plate. Lovall's the new catcher. She's in for Callahan. And so Lovall now is catching Feist. And they've been teammates. Nice little changeup. A nice changeup by Feist, and that was a perfect pitch at the perfect time, and Feist loves it. She's out there smiling. So nice job by Lydia Feist. That's a big strikeout there with a runner at first. There comes right back with the changeup.
43.
A 43-mile-an-hour changeup to Fisher. And so just trying to figure out some of the players here that we hadn't seen before, but I can tell you now that Lydia Feist has a nice changeup. Fastball misses on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike now to Fisher. 2 outs in the inning, and Feist trying to get the Bombers out of the bottom of the 4th in a tie ball game. The pitch from Feist, little rise ball, looked like to me 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 59 miles an hour from Lydia Feist. Lovall back behind the plate. The pitch from Feist is going to be popped up. Lovall calls for it. Got it. Makes a play. That ends the inning. Nice job by Feist and Lovall. Get the Bombers through the 4th. Move to the top of the 5th inning. Tied 4-4.
Ball game.
Is it going to be the ball game?
Yeah.
So 4 innings is all we're going to get in here. It's going to be a 4-4 tie between the Kansas City Peppers and the Mississippi Bombers. And so first game of the fall is complete for the Bombers, a 4-4 tie. As we look back through the lineup, on the offensive side of the ball for the Bombers, Carly Helsing was 2 for 2 in the ball game, a 2-run homer, a double with an RBI, so she had 3 RBIs for Carly Helsing, so a good job for Carly here the first game of the fall. Ashlyn Jordan had a single and an RBI. Meg Vinson was 2 for 2 in the ball game. Eister went 1 for 2. And so offensively, it'll come around, as we said, the first ball game of the fall, and so the Bombers will get the bats going, play a few games, see a few live pitching, and the Bombers will be fine. Vinson started the game, went 2 innings. Feist came in, pitched 2 innings. Both pitched well, and so we'll move on here. So the first game's in the book. We'll be back on the air at 9:30 here for the Bombers and the Wasco Diamonds. So until 9:30, Red Moscone for TC Callahan saying so long, everybody. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 4-4. 4-4 tie. Yeah, what do you want to know? Hold on 1 second, Tina.